The time I was almost abducted by a serial killer. In February 2012, I went to visit my grandfather's grave for his birthday. His death was a really hard thing for me to deal with, as he died in March of 2011, and was still very fresh to me. I was kneeling in front of his grave with my head down, mourning and crying, when my body went into full danger is close by mode. I looked up to see a man running full sprint from the woods surrounding the cemetery and forced myself to get to my truck as quickly as possible without the man getting close to me. By the time I made it to my truck, he had gotten about 50 feet from me. I jumped in and locked the door, much to his apparent displeasure. He threw his hands up in a huff like his favorite team had just lost his football game. I started the truck and started to drive out as fast as I could, but not before driving right past him. I didn't break eye contact for a second, and neither did he. So I got a really good look at his face. Cut to a few years later. I'm at work bored and decided to download an app that had a ton of paranormal, cryptid, serial killer, and UFO articles. As I was browsing through the serial killers, I came across one that made my heart drop into my ass. Israel Kayes? I 100% didn't say his name right, but I don't care because he's a jerk. Most known for murdering an underage girl in Alaska, dismembering her body and dropping off the pieces into a frozen lake. I've heard of this story. After the incident in Alaska, he had traveled to Texas for a wedding in a city not too far from where I live and had disappeared for a bit, and no one in his family knew where he was. He was arrested in that city and brought to the prison one city over from me, before he was extradited back to Alaska to stand trial. About a year ago, I found a book about him that provided a lot of details about him. He had been killing for years, and no one knows what the actual death toll is. He eventually offed himself in prison. At the end of this book about him, he describes some of his favorite places to abduct people, public parks, and cemeteries. I often wonder if there's a kit buried in those woods. You were fast, Israel, but I was faster, and I'm glad we didn't officially meet.